Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Thanks for tuning in. Today, I actually want to cover something that I kind of stumbled across that can take your scratches out of your car. So you can see on my wife's van, we were going out to dinner, and we came outside and we noticed that there's this big black mark on her car, and we tried taking like a baby wipe to it to see if it would come off, and it honestly wouldn't. And so I actually have a great video today to show you guys how you can remove scratches off of your paint if it's not too deep into the clear coat. So what I did is I used Griot's Garage Best of Show Detailer and just cleaned off the surface. You definitely don't want to be dealing with a scratch with a lot of contaminants on the paint, dirt or anything, because what it can do is scratch the paint even worse. And so what I found is an awesome DIY trick is to actually use toothpaste. Toothpaste is a very light abrasive and actually will pull the color off of it. It actually kind of sands it down just a little bit without disrupting the clear coat. And so if you're interested to know what toothpaste I used Colgate Total. And all I did is I just kind of used my finger and just lightly rubbed it in. You do not want to press too hard or just, really apply a ton of pressure because it'll just make things worse. And so what I did is just lightly just rubbed it in. And as you guys kind of watch, you can see that the toothpaste is starting to do the work. The scratch gets less and less black. So, just lightly just kind of wiped it off of there. I didn't want to just to keep going back and forth too much on it. So just lightly wipe it off of there. And as you notice, it took quite a bit off. Now, what I kind of do moving forward is it didn't get everything off on the first pass, so I actually went over it again with the Best of Show Detailer just to remove some of the toothpaste off of there, cleaned it off, and then I did a second coat. One thing I want to make mention is you notice the Best of Show Detailer when you spray it on there, how quickly it runs off the paint. Guys, I am telling you, if you're not protecting your car's paint with like a paint sealant or some form of wax or ceramic coating, you guys are honestly hurting yourselves in the long run. So my wife's car, I did a decontamination on the paint when we bought it, and I actually put Turtle Wax Sealant Shine on there, and I honestly think that's what helped save this scratch from not getting too deep into past the clear coat and actually into the paint. And I highly recommend that you guys protect your paint. It's obviously not going to make your cars bulletproof from anything that happens, but what it really does is it helps add that extra layer of protection in case a sprinkler hits it, the water will shed off of there. If your kid hits it with a bike, chances of it getting too deep into the clear coat or paint, it's just not going to penetrate as easily. And so as you guys can see, as I'm going over it here for the second time, it's actually removing it off of there. I honestly didn't think that black was going to come off. My wife had a baby wipe in the car, and we just lightly kind of wiped it on there, and it wasn't like, just a normal, hey, just somebody bumped up against it. Like you could feel it as you run your fingers over it. And so I was absolutely amazed. This is the first time I've tried this toothpaste trick. I really don't think it matters which toothpaste you use. And I just yeah, I got home and I did this, and I kind of just got as close as I could to the side of the car just to see if there are any other spots. But see how that Best of Show Detailer just runs off the paint? It's because that protection that's on there from the Seal and Shine. So I really think it saved me. And I just kind of keep going back over this. I didn't want to just keep doing this and doing this, but I really wanted just to make sure that while I was down there with toothpaste, I did notice another spot that, as I got in the right light, it kind of had like a shine to it where you could kind of notice the scratch. And so at this point in the video, I really couldn't tell where the scratch was, which is a great sign. So I just kind of had to look in the light the best I could. But yeah, I just kind of proceeded to do this for a little bit longer. And guys, I am telling you, this isn't a cure-all for everything. Obviously, be very careful. This car's paint is pretty much new. I don't know how well it works on cars that are, a lot older, but toothpaste is a very light abrasive. It actually can take, I used it this last weekend to take crayon off of my walls inside of my house. And so I am a firm believer that this can work when done right. And it took a bad evening into a great evening, being able to get that scratch off. There's nothing worse than coming out to your car and seeing a scratch in there or anything. With my Dodge Challenger, I'm kind of anal about it, and I walk around each side. I'm always checking, hey, did I get any door dings? Did I get any scratches? And so I just continue to go along with this process a couple more times. But guys, I am a firm believer that if you have a white car and there's kind of a black scratch or a black mark on there, I would try this. I would try this. I recommend it. It made my wife's car look awesome. And what I'll do now is I just kind of finish up here. Is I will pull the car outside the next morning just so you guys can see that it didn't do any damage to the car. Because one of the concerns I had was, man, did the toothpaste leave all these little teeny little scratches all into the car? And that's what made me really scared as I kind of woke up the next morning. And so yeah, you can see I obviously don't squeeze from the bottom of the tube. I squeeze from the top, but that's another video and another conversation for a different day. But as I try and just show you the car the best I can in my garage, let's pull it outside and just let you guys take a quick look at it. So I know the light doesn't do it justice, but guys, I didn't notice any scratches. This is a great fix. Give it a try. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Give the video a like, and we'll catch you on the next one.